Okay, pilots. Craft King and myself. What's up, King? We're wanting to see this F-4, man, and I'm dying to see this F-4 with a dual light burners, and it's gonna have a set of ring burners put on it too. But I want to give a shout out to a couple of my friends. My boy Deuces Wild RC. He's had me laughing since I read the comment on my last video. Pilots, he made the comment of Eric, if the TV show Hoarders come back to your house, they'd have a hit. So my man Deuces, this is for you, brother, and Craft King, and I want to shout out the Fred Byrne. All right, guys, Fred Byrne. He's telling us last week on the chat there, he's got so many planes and jets he's wanting to get made. And I can't wait to see it, man, because he's got some great taste in music. And he makes some great videos, flight videos. I'm going to go ahead and take these things here off. Let's see. Got to go forward. But I know everybody gives a shout out to Pilot Ron Media. Dave's RC's out there. Hangar 51, my man Kenny. They killed Kenny! No, Kenny's okay. He's okay. He's all right. He's all right. He's all right. Hangar 51, he's got a great show. GB Linden. GB Linden. He's got a great show. Got a couple of new ones out there. Ethan's RC. He's a young guy, but man, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. His dad's Mr. Cub Crazy. And a couple more. Barry G, man, I always like hearing from Barry G. I got a good friend down in Alabama. Everybody knows him, Jeff in Lower Alabama. Man, he's cool. He's gonna start him up a live chat, and I really appreciate that, man, because he's always giving good comments on my videos, and I watch his videos, man. He's a good pilot. He's a good pilot. Take his advice. He's a good pilot. There's a couple others there. I like watching Jeff Nichols over in the other side of the pond. Kevin J. Ian. Sean Brady. He's got a good channel. He hasn't made videos lately. I think he's busy, but he's got some killer planes he's ready to go with. Man, there's some others. I can't believe it, pilots. I just want to appreciate all of you, because, man, I've got 165 subscriptions. And heck, the last time I flew across the street in the schoolyard, and the police come by and told me I couldn't do it no more. So heck, that's more than almost 2 years ago. So I've got no flight videos. I can't get no flight videos. But I try my best just to give you an idea, to detail your plane up, make it yours, make it your own. Just like the Mary Boozers, Papa Boozer. Let me give a shout out to them. They got a great show. See, Air Marshal. Now Air Marshal, he man, that's a smart man. You know, hey, he's been in places that's top secret. So, you know, you got a lot of people out there that you can talk to and ask questions to. And I definitely want to give a shout out to my man Hamilton's Hangar. Dude, he has made this L-39 look just freaking off the chain. He's turned it into a San Francisco 49ers jet, man, and it's nice. It's nice. All right, let me get one more hit off my cigarette here. and we're gonna start her up. Now I've got one of the cones off, and I tell you what, pilots, man, they glue. They got glue on the thing, and it's flimsy. I mean, it's flimsy. It's got the whole styrofoam piece comes all the way out, but it only had glue right up here at the top. And it was kind of hard to get all the way up in there and to get that glue, so I had to come up with something. Now, I didn't want to use a long razor blade box cutting knife. It's a small one, but I didn't want to use that because I was afraid I would cut the actual cone, and I didn't want to do that. So I took, man, it's just off the wall. I mean, I had it in my hobby drawer there. It's a thumbnail file. It's cardboard. I kind of bent this one up, getting up in there in between there and getting all the way up to it and getting it all the way around. So we're going to try that. I've noticed that when I got, what I do with it, what I hit, the 50 millimeter, see, this is exactly 50 millimeters round right here. I could set that right there on the very end, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to set it right on the very end there. I just don't want to do that. Now, it seems like that this gets thicker as it goes back. It's not staying at the same angle and the same flare that the outside is doing. It seems to be going straight back. So we're going to maybe cut about maybe an inch off this or something right here and see if I can get it mounted back there. Now this is not going to be no short one, pilots. So let's get to it. Now I was trying to hold it last on this one up here, and I finally got a hold of it down the tail. I hear it cracking and popping. I mean, you know, goodness gracious, pilots. Ram that thing up in there as far as I could get it, and I will move it over a little bit. Yep, I figured that wasn't going to last much longer. Didn't think that one was going to last. I just kind of push it in about a 1/4 inch into that glue and pull it back out. Work it all the way around there. I wish I had oh, I was going to show you this too while we was doing a tail hook here. Okay, a lot of you glue this on, you can't take this little compartment off back here to work with your servo. And I know a lot of pilots is having trouble with that servo stripping out. But pilots, if you'll notice when you got this elevator going all the way up, look where your jet exhaust here is hitting. See how it's hitting that elevator right there? Let me make sure I got that in shot. I might be pointing in the air. Okay. See. So when you get that thing pulled back, maybe in high G turn or something, now you got a lot of pressure being put on the elevator there. So I mean, you know. So what I done is I put a magnet on it. I got a magnet right here. I got a magnet right here. One long rectangle magnet. And then push it down into the groove. And if it comes off in flat, what the heck? So let's get that out of the way. I was just going to show you that. A little detail thing I've done. Some of you might already have that done to you. Thought about that yourself. That's what you gotta do. You gotta use your head. Pilots, like, I got a lot of jets and planes and stuff. Well, yeah, I got a lot of them. I got over 60, I think. Last time I counted, I had 60, and I've done bought maybe three or four more after that. Because I don't fly them, pilots. I don't fly them. They don't get crashed. They don't get tore up. But they will be soon. I was making some comments there on some of the videos I watch and stuff, and telling people, as soon as I get my AMA certification and FAA numbers or what all you got to do, I found the field. It's just I've got to get all that other stuff done first. this virus hit. I was planning on having all that done back in the early of the year, February and such, whatever, whenever. But no, the Lord just didn't want me to fly. Didn't want me to go have fun. And I know how some of the pilots, they'll talk on the chat about having bad weather and this and that going on, and having other troubles with the virus going on. They having to work at home, do things at home. I'm almost there. Got one spot right there. There she come on. Now when I glue that back on there, pilots, I'm using a epoxy. This seems like a foam tack glue here, it's on there. So if you're going to use a different kind of glue, you've got to get all your resin off of it. You got to get all that glue off of it, or you're taking a chance of it turning back loose. So it might not be as much as an adhesive stick. It'll be a chemical reaction and cause it to turn loose instead of stick. So what I'm wanting to do now, let me see here. I got to get my Gatling gun off too. Even a Gatling gun. Check that out now. You know, the F-4, the first couple versions of the F-4 didn't come with a gun, didn't have a gun. So they took and mounted a Gatling gun to a pod on the bottom of the jet and would aim it the best they could, which wasn't very accurate at all. The thing would shake so much while it was firing, and it just wasn't, you know. But the next couple versions of it, they did make it better. But it still, you know, it just wasn't up to par. But I took an old drop tank off of a 64 millimeter F-15 I used to have. Yeah, used to. See, I had more planes than jets, pilots, but, you know, some of them have been retired. Ordered the Freewing 80 millimeter, twin 80 millimeter nose tip. It just comes with the tip of the nose with the Gatling gun mounted to it. Well, you got to cut that Gatling gun off of it. And I cut that drop tank there, cut the chunk out of it there, got the Gatling gun lined up, epoxied it, put some stickers on it. You know. Mounted to the bottom of the F-4. Now, on all these weapons and ordnance on this jet, pilots, can be took off and changed. I can take them drop tanks off, put walleye. Let's see, I got them right here. These walleyes, the missile kit for the Freewing 80 millimeter A-10 has these walleye missiles on. These are camera guided missiles. I had a camera in front, and actually the back seater of the jet could look into the camera and guide the missile. You know, there it goes. Well, you know, in Vietnam, they destroyed a bunch of bridges and very tactical places. But I can take the drop tanks off, put them on there. Okay, and this is the iPod for those camera driven missiles right there. See, that goes in the center there. Goes in the center up there. See. Let's see. Yep, goes in the center up there. And then I'll put my camera guided missiles on it. But them bombs, the bombs that's sitting up here on this, see, all that can be took off the same way. All that can be took off. Man, I really went into this F-4. This F-4, man, it's got an awesome set of landing gear on it too, pilots. When it's on the road, taxiing around and everything, it's like a Cadillac right now. You don't hear no bouncing, no bumping, no sound like tires fixed to fall off, man. This thing's like smooth as ice. I just don't know if it's got ball bearings in it or not, or something. No, it ain't got no ball bearings in it. But I mean, the thing just rolls on the ground like it's made for it. Or on asphalt. I wouldn't put it in grass. Like I said, I'm gonna go about an inch back. An inch back after I get my glasses. pilots, this ain't gonna be no laser cut. You're just trying to get it nice and even right across it. And, even if you do have little gaps in it and stuff, that gives you epoxy, something to grab a hold to. So that's what I'm looking for right now, just to hold the plane steady. Cut right. Got this inside tail here, so you have to improvise, adapt, overcome. Okay. All right, let's see here. Now that's making a weird old shaper, but it's all right. It's okay. I'm gonna show you one. Let's see what we got here. Notice how it's oblong shape there on the outside edges? I didn't notice that, but that's okay. It's okay. Now what you got to do with these twins also, pilots, you know, you're going to have the air tunnels. And when I get that cover off and get the motor out, that's going to determine where this lead right here is going to be. Is it going to be on the side? Is it going to be on top? Is it going to be at the bottom? Wherever the leads for that motor goes into, that's where you want to put these so you can run it right straight back there. But more than likely, the leads is going to be on the inside here. Well, I'm not going to be able to run them leads to the inside there because it just comes into a point here and stops. And I'm not going to be able to get down in there. So I might have to put them on this side here, then get up here to the compartment, run them down, and then into the channel where the rest of them go. So with it being thicker on this side, that's good. That's good. But see, that burner is going to go just like that right there. And it's going to be flush. Almost. Just a little. I mean, just maybe 1 millimeter. But like I said, this out here is the same. You don't have nothing on that outside, so it's cutting down to that size anyway. And I can always do just like I've done my SU-30. Just put a bead around this inside where to create a little ramp for the air to come up. See, but that's where it's gonna go. Just like that. Now you don't have to worry, I told you, you don't have to worry about your cut being so perfect here because the cone's not gonna be going, I'm not gluing the unit back on there like I done the 30. See, this thing's gonna be covered up with the cone that I just took off. Let's see if I can get this to lay up in there a little bit better. And I'm just going to glue it there. I'm not going to cut no valley out or nothing. I'm just going to glue it right there. I'm just going to leave that line, that lead going up through there. But it's going to be like so, Paul. I mean, you know. What's up with that? Okay, you feeling me? Alright, let's get that other now. Now, I'm not going to bother with running the wire, and I'm not going to bother with gluing it and everything, show you all that. I'm just showing you what the basics are. Each one of them is just going to be a little bit different than the other one. Just the basics, You want to know more detail, just make a comment. I'll make you a video. I'll show you on the next one how I done it. But right now, let me find my hobby knife and get this other side cut down. You try to get it about the same, but I mean, you know, pilots, you know, okay. That's pretty wild that it makes that bigger oblong shape though, don't it? Maybe that's some kind of a tunnel that the air takes, is more or less drag on the air with doing it that way, instead of having it just straight flat down. There's always a reason for things, pilots, on these jets. They've got to get them air ready. They've got to fly. They've got to fly, so they make some modifications to maybe the airframe, to anything. See, what I had to do is I had to cut this section out. I don't want to do that. Cut it too deep down there at the bottom. Have to fix that. I cut a little bit too much out of it right there, so I've flattened it out there, and I'm going to glue that piece there back in. But that's no problem. That's that one cut. Alright, what am I got here? Bigger size Phillips head. I'm just wanting to get this thing out and look at it. I got a Duel Lightburner to put on it. First time I've seen a 90. I cracked that MiG-21 open. That's the first time I seen 80. And man, it had a metal casing, a metal unit, a fan unit. I don't know if the fan was metal, I didn't look at the fan. Bunch of servo leads. A little bit of room between that ESC and the wall. A little bit of room. There's 6 screws holding this motor in here, pilot. 6 screws. I hope it gives me enough lead to pull it out there, enough to do what I need to do. Well, it's got a board. I get these screws out before I take the motor out. I'll bring the camera over here and let you look at it. It's got a board going across the ESC holding it in place. Little piece of balsa wood. I think that one's metal too. F-4. I put my screws and stuff all in the same bin. I got the instruction manual and battery for it. Keep them in a bin by themselves. That's how I can keep up with all these jets and planes I got took all apart, pots. Goodness gracious, that thing's huge. There it comes, there it comes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna give me enough lead. Oh yeah. That's gonna work. Oh my goodness, pilots, you ain't gonna believe it. Check this out now. I'm gonna have to do some marking on the leads. There are the leads coming out of the ESC's all blue, and the leads going into the motor is yellow, black, and red. So that's gonna be a little different tape markings, if you know what I mean. My battery's getting low on the phone here. But that's what you're looking at on the inside. There was a 6 mount hole screws for the motor. But notice the channel. Oh, let me get the light here. Notice the channel here that the leads are going down. Notice how it's on the top of the plane. It's gonna be, I mean, you're looking at the bottom like it's the bottom, but it is the top of the plane. See? But they run up through there. Now what I was talking about, a small area in between the ESC and the wall. I was looking here, but I didn't see where the leads are actually going in right there. But if you'll notice, I'm gonna leave this light right here and see if it'll help too. A little bit, you might be able to see it. But look here. Look at my groove already cut down through there for the leads. So all I've got to do is just follow that cut right there. That's probably where the fuselage is glued together, maybe, or something other. But I can use that and run the leads down. But look at the blue words on the yellow and red and green. I mean, black. Ain't that nice of them? Okay. All right, pilots, that's about all I was going to do tonight. It's getting late. My camera, my phone battery's dying. Man, I want you to check that out now. If you ain't never seen a 90mm, if you got an F-4, F-15 or something like that with a 90mm, you ain't took it apart, go ahead and take it apart, man. Check that thing out. Good Lord. That's impressive. That's impressive. All right, and here's my Duel burner. There's a control box, control board, and there's the unit. And it's pretty damn big. You take that cap off, and you don't have to use the Allen screws on the Lightburner's Duel burner. You just put it on there, and he provides you with a tie. See, he uses wire ties. Somebody else uses epoxy or glue and glues his in. See? I mean, if you ask me, I mean, they quality work, both those quality work, you know. It's just, they're having a little bit of trouble there. Let's hope they work it out. I just seen a video with Plain Crazy, just Plain Crazy RC. He's a cool ass guy. He gets crazy like the rest of us do. Anyway, he's found a burner, center burner from Castle RC. So you might could check them out and see what theirs is like. It kind of had an aluminum base to it instead of a plastic base, but man, we're not dealing with 2,500 PSI here, pilots, you know. So, you know, I mean, it's all up to you, whatever you want to do. But that's it for now. I'll keep you updated. I'm out.